You don't want to go anywhere today. We've got a special guest, Trey Hensley. We've got the guitar he's doing with Taylor. You do not want to miss this. It's going to be rad. Stay tuned. Hey, you're watching Alamo Music TV. My name's Chris McKee.
My name's Cooper Greenberg.
And I am Trey Hensley.
We're here at Alamo Music in San Antonio, Texas. You can find us online at alamomusic.com if you're new to the channel. Subscribe, turn on notifications, like our videos. If you want to support the channel, you can visit our spring store. Link below for custom swag. Check out our podcast, the Fretboard Confessional, wherever you get your podcasts. And also, you want to head over to Trey Hensley's website at treyhensley.com to support him as well. And we are here because there's a very cool guitar. It's a collaboration that you are doing with Taylor. To your knowledge, are you the first bluegrass artist to do anything this tight with Taylor?
You know, I think there was a Dan Crary model.
Oh, well, that's true, back in the 90s.
Yeah, that might have been like Taylor's gateway into bluegrass a little bit.
Do you know Dan very well?
I don't know Dan at all.
I annoyed the hell out of Dan once.
Really? All right.
Yeah, he was doing at our store we no longer have here in town, location we closed, but he was doing an event there, and I kept asking him, why do you play with a pick? And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, you could be probably faster if you were using all your fingers, right? And he's like, well, that's just how I play. And I was just like, yeah, but did you ever think about, like, at some point he was just like, I'm sure I could be faster, but this is how I play. And I'm like, an old man. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm going to shut up.
It was a roast. It was a roast.
The roast of Dan Crary.
Yeah. That's great.
That's what you're here for.
That's why, yeah.
Yeah, they didn't tell you that.
Let me get the door real quick.
So, following in the footsteps of Dan Crary, why do you use a pick?
Unrelated.
Yeah.
I figure I'd better hold the guitar.
Yeah, let's let you do it.
Well, I just, for a visual aid, right?
Well, we've got
two of them.
We've got
here.
Trey's here.
Well, yeah, but we're talking about the guitar. So, this is the new Trey Hensley signature gold model. Is this a gold label? This is a 510 gold label.
It is, yeah.
Correct?
That's correct.
510, famously the guitar that I have asked JR to bring back the most.
Well,
you're welcome.
You listen, if you win a Grammy, they'll do what you say.
That's true.
That's what we've learned. So,
just a quick backstory on our side. When Square Shoulder Dreads went away from Taylor, we were upset. Yeah. We were very upset. And then, our rep JR told us about the Legacies coming out. I guess this was now right before 2024, right? So late 2023, he was like, there's going to be Legacies. There's going to be an 810. And I was like, hell yeah. What about a 510? And he was like, nope. And so I was upset.
Had we already done a Square Shoulder custom before that, right?
We didn't until we knew that there was going to be, it was going to be okay. So we did an all-Koa Square Shoulder, which was super cool. And then the gold labels we got to see at the factory kind of before they came out, and we were like, hell yeah. Super auditorium, rock and roll. Yeah. And then there was the Grand Pacifics. And then it all came together because I love the gold label so much. And JR was like, hey, we're actually going to do a 510 gold label with Trey Hensley. And so this is the culmination of a lot of excitement on our end.
He was clicking his heels. And
I was so pumped.
Trying to do somersaults. It was kind of embarrassing.
All the way to Tennessee.
Yeah. So if you are subscribed to this channel, you will see after this video comes out, we have an extended talk with Trey about his history and all that. And we do talk a little bit about the lead up to this guitar and how it was made. But for the purposes of this video, quick call forward to that video. You grew up playing a lot of rosewood guitars.
Yeah.
And this is a mahogany guitar.
It is. Yeah, I mean, I obviously when you get into bluegrass, the rosewood rosewood back and sides thing is pretty prevalent, just from a historical standpoint, but I've always just been drawn to mahogany. It took a long time to get there, but once I started playing mahogany guitars, that was sort of my...
What was it that drew you to that?
I think there's just a little bit more of a snap, obviously. I mean, it's pretty cliche terms that I'll go ahead and
go for it,
because I'm horrible at describing tone. But there is a little bit more snap. There's a little bit more punch that it just goes through a mix a little bit better. I think to me, rosewood's got its thing. Like it sits in this mid-rangey, really nice overtone world. But for an overall guitar, like mahogany just does it. You know, it
Yeah.
does the thing that
That's why
I
we-
like.
That's why we call it monogamy.
That's right. And I am on that team for mahogany guitars. It's just like, and so when we were talking about doing a signature model, I've been playing the mahogany, I guess the 517, the Grand Pacific Gold label, and so I was too excited about getting a square shoulder version of that.
Yeah, it's super cool. I also saw you playing the 517 like on some videos that you've been posting before it came out.
Yeah.
And we're not allowed to like show the guitars before they come out.
It would be called breaking embargo.
Yeah, and
It is funny because even this one, like, I didn't ask.
You were just recording Instagram reels.
it's so funny because I saw clips of you playing this both like on your own videos and then live show. Well, playing the 517, and so I texted Aaron from Taylor, and I was like, "Hey, dude,
How come this guy gets to do this?
hey, come on, like, can I post some videos of this?" And he's like, "What are you talking about?" Like he just played demo on it, right?
Yeah.
And so then, before I actually knew there was going to be a square shouldered version, I think it was JR that texted me and was like, "Look at Trey Hensley's TikTok right now." And I then saw you play. It was the natural top version. I was like, "Are those square shoulders right there?" And he was like, "It's happening, dude." So
man.
very exciting.
Yeah, it's funny because when I picked up that guitar, of course, I was talking to Jay.
Yeah.
And I said, is it okay if I play this? And I think it was something to the effect of, "Well, that hasn't stopped you yet."
Yeah.
This
is the one you've been playing. How long have you been going out with this one so far?
So as soon as I got it, I guess so about a month. It's like it's been
embargo for a month. Yeah.
That's right. And I did ask. I was like, "Is it cool?" Because with this one, since it's got my name on it,
Yes.
I took a little bit more care. It's like, is it cool if I play this? And because I was heading when I picked it up, I went to San Diego to do it, and so I was immediately leaving there, hitting the road.
Yeah.
And so I was like, "I'm not going to bring a guitar. Can I play this guitar?" And it was sort of my excuse to get to take it home and play it. But it's important. Like the 510, I played it on everything as a prototype just because I really wanted the guitar to just be great. It's like and we mentioned it the other one where like the style of music that I'm in is so organic that I can't hide behind anything. If it's not a great guitar, I'm not going to feel comfortable playing it.
Yeah.
And so I really wanted to road test it because that's the thing. It's like a great guitar at home may not be a great guitar on the road, and it needs to be both of those things so I can take it, and be as excited about it as I should be, and it was that and more,
So on this guitar, we did talk, and I recommend if you're watching this that you watch the fuller talk because there is a lot of Trey's guitar lineage and what he's been playing, right? But there was a 510 way pre-gold label that you were playing. How do you feel like the bracing in this with the V-class fan bracing and all that compares to that one, and what that does for you in a live setting and acoustic kind of application?
Well, so the first 510 I had, it's a great guitar, but it definitely is sort of especially at the time, what might have been known as more of a Taylor tone, where it's a little bit more on the bright side. And which is great, for certain applications, it's really nice and it sounds great. I wanted something to be a little bit warmer and a little bit more of a, jack of all trades, master of all of those things. It's like I wanted it to just crush. And I think when I first started playing the gold level stuff, there's something about just that, and I'm pretty ignorant with it, but I just know there was something about that bracing that had this warmness that also it cut through the mix, and it had all of these things. All the boxes were checked. Yeah. And so with the square shoulder version of it, it's like even more so.
Yeah.
But they are two wildly different guitars. They're same shape.
Yeah.
But the other one I had was Tasmanian Blackwood back and sides. Which I don't know what that is, but I imagine it's different
It's
than,
an acacia
than
wood.
mahogany.
No. Let me give you the
I thought that
scientific
was
name,
Looney
Trey.
Tune thing.
You don't know? No.
So, real quick, since we do it on all of our videos, I do want to go through the specs of the guitar a little bit. Torfied top, Torfied spruce top, mahogany back and sides, kind of gold label, outfitted with the Ivoroid and the Honduran rosewood bridge, ebony fingerboard. What?
Shallower, though, than the 517.
I think so.
Yeah.
Just a hair
The
shallower.
Grand Pacifics are deeper. That's one of the things I noticed when I played this, because those are little. I mean, we talked about this in the car. None of us are like dunking basketballs, and so sometimes it's a big.
It's a
reach.
big guitar. That's a lot of guitar, but I think what that accomplishes being shallower, just that extra. It's almost like they took that and then added it to the length for the square shoulder, so it still gets that big boominess.
Yeah, and it's a normal dreadnought depth.
Yeah.
So you did go with different strings than you would typically find on a Taylor. These are nickel bronze strings, and we talked about it a little bit beforehand. But are those the strings that you typically prefer on any guitar?
Yeah, that's my go-to. Is nickel bronze mediums. I think they're doing mediums on all of them. So 13 to 56, which is kind of the typical bluegrass.
Yeah.
Now, why nickel bronze versus Foster?
For me personally, I think the nickel bronze are just a good overall test of a guitar. Like, I think they're pretty flat when you put them on. They stay pretty flat. There's not this brightness when you put them on that a typical brand new phosphor bronze string has. And then, like, for me, like, phosphor bronze is great. But it's really bright when you first put them on, and then they're great for about
They kind of
10
settle.
minutes.
Yeah.
And then they die.
Yeah.
And there's these 2 points where I don't personally like the tone of them. And so when the Dario came out with the nickel bronze, however long that's been my go-to. And so it was kind of important when we were talking about the specs of this guitar.
Yeah.
Just the little changes I can make is like, well, I like those strings, and I think they're a good test of like, this is just a great guitar.
Yeah.
You know. And I also have the LR Baggs Anthem SL, which is another personal choice that I've used since it came out, you know.
I think it's always a thing with signature models. There are some that are so out there that it's like, this is really just for Mikey Way.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's one thing that I like when a signature model is it's applicable to a lot of different players and styles, but also it has certain things that you can't just get on another standard model. One, this is the only gold label square shoulder, which I think is really cool, because the gold label guitars, I think, are probably the best sounding guitars that they make right now.
I think so too, yeah.
But the Grand Pacific has been hugely popular, and we love it, but there's also a huge contingency of people that love the traditional lines of this and also the voice of the square shoulder dread. So it's cool because you get a shape that you don't get with the neck and bracing that everybody loves from the gold labels, but even just coming with those strings, like, it's a totally different voice than anything else they make. And it's a really good voice.
I think so as well.
And so I think we should hear Trey play a little bit on his guitar. Let's check it out. Hell yeah, dude. That was perfect.
All right, so there you have it. It's a great sounding guitar. It helps that it's in your hands when you're playing it. No slouch over here on the guitar at all. So I have a few questions, and getting into a bit of the technology. I don't know if it's even come up yet, but you talked in our other interview about kind of taking this on the road and doing some interesting gigs with it, Stormy and stuff like that. Have you had to mess with the neck on this at all, just given that it has that feature?
Not mine. I've not messed with mine. I did mess with the prototype 510. I guess when I first got it, the action was a little bit, I think it might have been on the low side, just a little, know. And so I remember reaching out to Taylor and I was like, can I send this in and have you guys tweak it a little bit? Because I don't want to mess with it. And then I got a call from one of the techs and he was like, it's easy. It's like, we'll send you the tool.
Yeah.
And of course, it's just like an Allen wrench, And he talked me through it and it literally took 10 seconds. And I was like, this is great. This is amazing, And because it is weird, like I haven't had this. These are very stable guitars. But a lot of times when you take a guitar to all over the world,
right?
Obviously, you're fighting climates and everything affects an acoustic instrument sometimes pretty drastically.
Yeah.
And so I've gone on tours before and, end up in California, start there, and then go to Colorado, and it goes all over the map, and like we did a run of shows with Tommy Emmanuel, I guess a couple years ago, where we kind of went from Nashville all the way to California and then back. And, I'd never messed with my guitar at all. And Tommy was like changing his guitar every night. And so it's really cool that it's that easy. Like it literally took me 10 seconds and it went from being too low to just being perfect. Yeah. And so luckily, and then they kind of measured that. So obviously when I got mine, it was already sort of pre-set up for that. But if I had to have, I felt pretty comfortable.
You go to a summer festival and it's super high humidity or something, and you can just change it on the fly if need be.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Given the extent of your guitar collection,
I
just got to imagine. It's funny. I would hear stories of guys back in the day, old bluegrass players, that would have their summer saddle and then their winter saddle. I
think Doc Watson always traveled with 2 saddles.
Yeah.
And would
just crazy.
Just trained one out and that's pretty intense, because for me it's like that just always felt overwhelming to like I don't want to mess this thing up,
Yeah.
And that, well, even with that, when I was kind of like I don't want to mess with this thing, it's just my wife has a rule. It's like I used to work on my electric guitars, and she would always just say, if I ever see a power tool or a screwdriver or anything heading towards a guitar, I already know to like shut you down, because I would get right in the middle of fixing something. And, obviously I've messed up, so I got to take this somewhere and get it fixed, Yeah. And with that, it's like, it was super easy, so that's pretty cool.
So this guitar will be available, I think today, not
when we're shooting,
but November 18th.
Yep.
November 18th, and it's part of the line. It's not a limited edition, which I think is really cool. And I do think that for those of you who are very interested in bluegrass music, like it seems like a lot of younger players are getting really, really into, I think this is a great platform. But also, like I said, the voice is good for singer-songwriter stuff, for country stuff. I mean, anything really. It's just a really pure sound.
Yeah.
It's really cool, too, to think about. Like, Taylor hasn't done... we mentioned Dan Crary, they had Leo Kottke back in the day. There's been Jason Mraz. There haven't been long-standing signature models that they've done.
Yeah. I mean, it was exciting for me just because when they reached out... Well, I was just a fan of the gold labels in general, and I've been a fan of Taylor's for a long time. But it's like I didn't expect them to offer up a signature model, and it was it's way cool to be a part of that.
I just think it's very cool from your perspective, but also I think from Taylor's perspective, it's like you're the guy.
You're the representative.
The you're the guy.
you're the first guy going through the wall of bluegrass with a Taylor guitar to go,
but also just where you've been and where you will be playing and going. It's going to be really cool to see one of these kind of on stages all over the place. And I think it's a great guitar. I think if anybody's interested in learning more about it, there's a guy right there. Just text him. It's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah.
Here's Trey's number. Right now.
But
It'll be flashing on the screen.
Yeah, just go ahead and put this in your phone. He'll answer anytime.
It's telephone style.
yeah.
Oh, here's how we're going to decide if we do this or not. All right, rapid fire.
All right.
Houston Oilers or Tennessee Titans?
Oh man. Well, I mean, Titans suck.
Okay.
So it's got to be.
It'd be the- all right, we're not going to put his phone number on the screen. Okay, he picked Houston.
But the rapid fire question I asked Andy and Bob that they both had the same answer for is Grateful Dead or Steely Dan.
Grateful Dead.
Wow.
You feel
Incorrect.
He doesn't have a collection. He doesn't have a collection of Grateful Dead shirts right now.
I asked both of them that question
They
in
both said
our
Steely
last.
Dan?
Like they both said Steely Dan.
Wow.
Bob said Steely Dan.
Before you ever
Less,
said it.
Immediately.
less than a sec. I just said Grateful Dead or and he goes Steely Dan.
I mean, I like Steely Dan.
He's got a collection of Steely Dan shirts.
Oh, that's great.
I have
yeah.
a lot of. I got some cool Dead shirts as well.
You had to work. You had to wear Andy down.
I did
He
have
was
to.
being very politician in the whole thing.
Yeah, but then he was like, "Well, what era?" And it's like it's rapid fire.
What
Yeah.
album? Like
It's
you don't get to
rapid
do
fire.
this.
We can't
Andy.
talk about it in depth.
Favorite utensil?
I do want to close this video because we talk a lot about some of this stuff. We're gonna go a few rapid fires for you.
All right.
Favorite mob movie?
Mob movie? Oh, Goodfellas. Wrong. Incorrect.
Dude, that's incorrect.
I mean, Casino is pretty great. yeah.
Okay, that's the right answer.
Both of y'all,
Yeah.
Godfathers and 1 and 2 are right there.
Godfather's pretty great, man. But
There isn't a third movie, just so you know.
There
yeah,
is
that's right.
out
We're
there.
ignoring that. Goodfellas was kind of my first
I like
movie that I
Goodfellas
got
too,
way
actually.
Yeah,
into,
Goodfellas
you know.
is but
Pretty great.
Yeah. So I love good.
Layla's in Goodfellas.
Yeah, but
right.
whatever.
Can't you hear me knocking?
Favorite place to get hot chicken in Nashville?
Princess.
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah, that's
Nice.
the correct answer.
Favorite NBA player all time?
Oh, Jordan.
Did you say Tim Duncan?
I didn't. I've gotten 3 incorrect
that's
answers.
incorrect.
I
didn't know
want us to
were-
actually walk out of here and David Robinson's in this
David,
story. That'd be
yeah.
great. He could be.
Are you a whiskey fan?
You know, I don't really drink. I'm a coffee fan.
I was gonna say right after this, I was gonna go take you to get a beer, but it's like whatever.
I like this coffee, whatever this extra time is. It's
Extra
pretty
fine.
awesome.
Extra fine, yeah.
Oh, extra fine.
Extra fine.
Extra fine gives you extra time. That's how it works.
Extra
Just
clearly
enough
says-
caffeine.
Clearly says fine.
Yeah, extra fine. Final question. Favorite guitar player all time?
Oh, Tony Rice.
You ever played a fried rice?
I
I told him about it. I told him about it.
I heard
We're
about
gonna
We're
pull
gonna be
that
playing
one.
a fried rice.
All right.
I have a good question for you though,
Okay.
because in our other interview, and you guys got to see that, the who's who of who you've gotten to meet and play with from a really young age and being in the right place in the right time is incredible. Do you from time to time still get like starstruck?
Oh yeah, and I would have then had I had the ability to have done that.
The awareness.
Like just thinking about people that I met early on. Yeah, I do that pretty often. I hung out with impossible to not name drop, but Robert Plant a few years ago, and that Zeppelin was so huge for me, you know, and obviously his solo output has just been incredible, and so yeah, I got to hang with him in at Harley Strictly a few years ago. And that it was kind of hard to not Chris Farley. You remember when you did
that
that
one
thing?
time?
Yeah.
That was awesome.
And I did have a friend that was there that was working with another band, and you could just instantly tell. Like me and Robert, it was great, you know, but I never mentioned Zeppelin at all, and this other guy never got the hint, like to not do it. And finally, you know, we were just standing there, and he said something about Zeppelin again, and Robert kind of looked over and he said, "It's been 50 years, man."
That one hurts.
Having said that, it's like, you know, it's impossible to overlook
yeah.
how great that stuff is, you know.
Yeah.
But that was one that was like,
That's insane.
you know.
All right, well, this is the Taylor Gold Label 510E Trey Hensley Signature Edition. It is available now. We have one, and we'll be getting more.
Unless Trey takes it.
Yeah, I mean, it does have your name on
That's
it.
that's how great these guitars are, man. I could easily walk
Just
in
swap
and buy
it
my
out.
own guitar.
So is that yours? It has my name on it.
It has my name on it. Well, that's what I said whenever I went to get mine, because they were like, "Are you going to take it with you?" I'm like, it has my name on it. Of course I'm going to take it with me.
Yeah. If you're interested in reading the full spec list of things that we did not go over, it's on our website. But we would like to talk to you about it. So if you want to call us or email us or whatever you'd like to do. But I would urge everybody to go listen to Trey play some music and a live experience. Go to the nearest metropolis in your state and then drive 5 hours.
3 hours.
So if you're from Dallas, we'll see you somewhere between here and Dallas. But yeah, go. And if you're
It'll
10
be in
years old,
Cottonwood or something like that. Yeah.
if you're 10 years old, go to a bluegrass festival and get inspired.
That's right.
And then get one of these. And if you're 60 years old and you want a really good sounding guitar and you've always loved bluegrass music, that is probably the one for you.
Yep.
But Trey, thank you very much.
Hey,
man.
thank you guys.
You're the
Your
man.
new album drops
In March.
in March,
Yeah.
and people can listen or pre-save it now.
They can. There's already a single out, and there'll be another one out
Can't outrun
next
the
month.
blues.
Yeah, Can't Outrun the Blues is out now. The next one will be out pretty soon, and yeah, really excited about this
So
record.
check that out on your streaming platforms. Maybe go to his website and actually buy a hard copy.
Yeah,
We'll
that's right.
listen to some music. So thanks so much, man.
Thank y'all.